new to Granite State of Mind, not so new to 95.3 FM. This guy's name's Trent Larrabee. He's a Queen City guy. I met him up at Pembroke City Limits about a month and a half ago. He knocked me out. And we're talking about getting on the show. So here he is. I stood him up last week, but we made up and everything. So we're good buddies right now. Everybody, let's welcome Mr. Trent Larrabee to Granite State of Mind. Trent. Have at it.
Roll over, check my phone, 6:51. Sunrise through the eastern blinds woke me up. I had a dream I was flying up to meet you in the stars, hanging on to your words, climbing your voice to the top of my world. My oh my, when you catch my eyes dreaming, I know you know it's you and me I'm seeing. Fell back asleep, I guess, looking for ya. Groceries and pleasantries and not much more, yeah. It helps a bit with the loneliness to miss someone. I got 10 things to do today, and I'll be lucky if I even get to one. Hanging on to your words, climbing your voice to the top of my world. My oh my, when you catch my eyes dreaming, I know you know it's you and me I'm seeing. Oh, I'm ready for the answer. Is it so hard to tell the truth? If my first thought is my best thought, then why are you on my mind still? Come back home, check my phone, 6:51. Right on cue, a text from you with that emoji I like. Sunset in the west sure does remind me of you. You can be the sun, and I can be the moon. Hanging on to your words, climbing your voice to the top of my world. My oh my, when you catch my eyes dreaming, I know you know it's you and me I'm seeing.
Well, right there. Trent Larrabee on Granite State of Mind, everybody. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks so much.
That's a beautiful, beautiful tune. You're a total pro, bro.
Thank you.
I'm watching you, and it's not just, phenomenal song, really beautifully constructed. You got a great voice. You know, and I mean a pro. It's like you know how to sit back from the mic so you're not eating the mic. I love your sound, man, and that is a great tune. What's the name of that song?
Thank you so much. That's called 651.
651, right. And that's when you get your emoji.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Is that the song you were telling me about?
No, actually,
No.
that's a different one, but similar themes going on.
Great, man.
Yeah.
And Trent's from the Queen City. Tell me the name of your band again.
Yeah, the band is called Slim Volume.
Yeah, Slim Volume. And that's a popular band, right?
Yeah, it's becoming popular, I think. I mean, we've been playing out and about for, I guess, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what makes it popular and how do you know? So the band's out there, you put it together. Did you guys write a bunch of songs together?
So I kind of formed it with a writing partner that I'd been playing with, my friend Jake.
Mm-hmm.
He played on and contributed to my solo album that I did during COVID. And then we just kind of realized, like he's a good writer too, so we're just like, we should just combine forces.
Yeah.
Went out to Strange Brew, basically, to look for musicians playing the open mic.
No doubt.
And found a guitarist there and met drummer through my girlfriend. And, yeah, we just had, a lot of various opportunities. We seem to just do well everywhere we go. We get a lot of sincere compliments. I think word has just kind of spread. We've played the Seacoast, we've played the Lakes region, we've played, this area. So
right. And is it your show? Is it the writing? What kind of music? Are you playing music such as that and, set with a band?
Yeah, so we'll do stuff like this, which is kind of the more like indie folk sound. Our guitarist has like a blues background most recently, so we kind of incorporate like a soul feel into some of our stuff that, crosses into like a classic rock. Or just a straight up indie rock sound.
Dude.
So it's sort of like a few different influences going on. I think it just makes for an eclectic and dynamic set list.
Right.
And, for an audience member, I think you're not sitting there feeling like, man, this is their 8th song. They all sound the same.
Right.
You're like, damn, these guys.
You guys are all over the place.
Just all over the place, but it's cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it has a lot of value.
So do you put time into your developing your set list? If it's cohesive, you need to be, does that matter to you?
I think it comes down to, something interesting we do is with Jake, the singing partner, we both sing. So we do a lot of vocal harmony stuff. And that is definitely the thread that ties everything together.
Okay. So
I think that is what makes it consistent. But I mean, if we're playing, an outdoor venue, we might do some of these more folky stuff where people might be walking by, get a wider audience.
Yep.
If we're playing, a specific show with certain bands, we might tailor it more to like the indie rock thing.
Yep.
But I mean, really, we've tried lots of stuff in lots of places, and it seems to hit. Like,
and what kind of places is your band, really work at?
Honestly, I think we can work anywhere.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, like Jake and I did a lot of duo work in pubs and bars and stuff through the NH Music Collective.
Oh, yeah.
John MacArthur.
Is that MacArthur? Is it? I know John.
Yeah.
Is Brad still involved with that?
He is, but we don't really work with him much.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why. I think they maybe just have different artists that they both kind of work with.
Sure.
But no, like we played like a private convention in the Lakes region that was great. We played the Oyster Fest. We've played WSCA Radio in Portsmouth, Auspicious Brew, which are more like DIY, kind of like hipster spots, so to speak. Yeah. And we've done great everywhere. So.
And do you remember the first show where you and the boys were like, "Oh, okay, we got something now"?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, we started out at the Strange Brew open mic. Yeah. And slowly, as the members got added, we'd keep going down there to work out material, and it just was always genuine. Like you can kind of tell the difference, when you do this a while, between someone just being like, "Hey, good set, man." Right. And people being like, "Yo, like that song. What was that song?"
No, I get it. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's we've always just had a lot of fun together, right? And just doing this, going through the process. There's nothing more enjoyable in music to me than, I mean, a great performance is one thing, but doing the work and having the eureka moment, writing a song, where it all connects. Yep. is powerful. And I think that excitement as the writer just translates to the audience.
Very good. Trent Larrabee here on Granite State of Mind, everybody. 95.3 FM, WMNH. We're Manchester's only downtown radio station. Don't forget, tune in tonight to Retrospectum Radio. Paulie's always got a great show going on. Pete White in the morning. You got Kyle on Sundays, the elusive Kyle Heavey, who I don't get a chance to see very often, unless there's a television camera shows up at Pembroke City Limits, and then out of nowhere, there's Kyle. Kyle, I love you, buddy. And speaking of Pembroke City Limits, if you're out there on Monday night and you're watching TV around 7 o'clock, Pembroke City Limits will be one of the businesses featured in Chronicles doing something on the Suncook Village, which we're down and being a part of, hopefully re-energizing, and I think we're getting there little by little. But anyways, that's my stuff right there. Trent Larrabee, okay, so we talked about the great things about being in a band. There are things that aren't so great being in a band, right? Which is putting it all together, right? I mean, not just putting it all together, but is it practicing, organizing, booking shows? Is it putting all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just be a great writer or performer anymore.
No.
You have to try to run social media.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be doing all your networking, all that stuff. So, that stuff comes and goes in waves, where sometimes I'll be way more excited about making content.
Yeah.
And other times I'm just like, I don't care about that this month.
I know.
I'm just working on songs. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny to say, but that's kind of like the hardest part right now.
It's not the first time I've heard a musician say that. There is more work. Just like you said, you phrased it. It's not good enough just to have talent these days. You got to be good on social media. You got to market yourself. You got to brand yourself almost. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So, well, that's awesome. Let's do a second tune. Tell me about this second tune you got.
So I'm going to play this song now. It's called Me and Madbury, which is just a straight up love song for my fiance, Madbury. I mean, at the time, we were just getting together, but yeah, just a pure love song.
I love it, man. Right here on Granite State of Mind, Trent Larrabee.
Oh, me and Madbury, east of 93, chasing after sunsets, staying up too late, laughing every day. You say I like surprises, but only on my birthday. So tell me right away. I know for sure you're the one I do adore. I realize you never got my letters. You're always on my mind through all of space and time. I want you to explore me and take me through your world. You're the one and only. Tell me, Madbury, what is it that you see before your dreaming eyelids? Is the moon against the sea? And do you still like me? Does anything look better than anything you've lost? Let's stay young forever. It's true, I don't need no one but you. I'll never say, I'll never say, I'll never. You're always on my mind through all of space and time. I'll stay a little longer. I have until forever. If forever is with you. explore me and take me through your world. You're the one and only. Oh, Madbury and me.
There it is, man. Madbury and Me. I say that right?
Me and Madbury.
Me and Madbury right there by Trent. Larrabee himself, man, he's in the band Slim Volume, but now he's doing a bunch of solo stuff that he's looking to dig into. All right, Trent, so you're from Manchester. Are you from Manchester or you just live here?
Originally, I'm from Massachusetts.
What part?
From the Worcester County area.
Okay.
My mom is from Manchester, so after school and everything, I just decided to move here because I had family here.
Yeah.
It just made sense.
Have you really enjoyed Manchester?
I really have.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been here 10 years, 11 years now.
Yeah.
So
I love Manchester. I lived here for 20 years. I came up from Mass, the North Shore of Mass.
Yep.
And I just always loved it. I ended up moving, I wouldn't say unwillingly, but I didn't think I was going to ever move. But so I miss it, and I've always loved it. Have you played at the Shaskin much?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially before COVID with a prior band I was in. We played there a lot more. But yeah, Slim Volumes played there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man. All right, so topics of songs that you like to write about, and which ones are a struggle for you?
Ooh.
Oh, that bird just took a big dump behind you.
I would say, things about kind of loosely like spirituality, kind of like introspection. Mm-hmm. Those things I find a lot easier.
Okay.
I like examining like idioms and playing on words and kind of just like turning phrases on their heads and using that to discover just like an angle to approach something at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'd say, the harder things to write are the very, very real, tangible things. For some reason, that's very difficult for me.
Yep. Like if somebody said, write a song about that bird propped up on a perch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I almost wouldn't even know where to begin.
Right. I hear you. And so I like that. That's, it's so you kind of approach it. I feel like almost like a poet. So,
Totally.
like a poet where you got a sentence and you're every line is you're gonna make an effort to make that sucker dance.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally like a poet. And in fact, I studied a lot of poetry in school and stuff. And Bob Dylan's just like my all-time favorite songwriter. And obviously he's kind of the master of that sort of stuff. I believe.
Well, him and Townes Van Zandt.
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
I think it was T.S. Eliot, I think it was T.S. Eliot, poet, who had this phrase called the objective correlative. And basically what it meant was that you can create an image in a reader or listener's head by having seemingly disparate lines packaged together in a certain way will evoke something very powerful.
Right.
And that's something that I've always liked. And I think that's something I do a lot, which is, it's sort of these seemingly maybe dissociated lines, but when you really examine them as like a poem, they make a lot of sense. And that's a huge thing for me with my writing is that even if the story isn't real, I need it to tell a story.
Yeah, man, I like it. Trent Larrabee right here on Granite State of Mind, everybody, 95.3 FM, WMNH. Hey, I get the chance to talk about Pembroke City Limits and what's going on up there. Hey, tonight, it's Friday, 7 o'clock, Jody Robichaud's up there tonight, and he's one of those dudes, he brings his keyboard and he plays all those hits, so that's great stuff. Tomorrow night, we have Audrey Drake, and we have Katie Dobbins, they're big up in the Lakes region, and me and Katie's been on Granite State of Mind numerous times, quite pre-COVID, but I haven't seen her, I don't think, since COVID took. And then on Sunday, we have Mr. Brooks Young, nothing but the blues, so Brooksy will be back. So that's great. Get on up there, man. We could use the support always. All right, so I was just going to, we were talking about poetry and stuff, and I love it. I can write a poem I can just find a word. Like I can just peel through a book, and if one word catches then I can take off for some reason. Any word doesn't have to be any how the word is in a context. Like if I can find a cool word, I can jump off that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So are you strict though? Are you tough on yourself as an editor?
I'm extremely tough on
You
myself.
are, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're always cutting and slashing and erasing and adding.
It's kind of interesting, you know. I've as I refine my process, I can literally open my notebook and just watch, just turning pages, just watch the song come together.
Yeah.
Literally, not even reading the words, but just the shape of the words on the page.
Mm-hmm.
It slowly starts to just condense and form.
Chisel. Yep.
Totally. And you know, it's funny you just said, you know, pick a word and go for it. So the next song I want to play, I heard wind of this contest, and the only parameters were use the word magic in a song.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, like I can do that. That's a good challenge.
Yep.
And I ended up winning this contest. It was online, Instagram, whatever. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite songs, and it's just funny you say that, because that was, for me, it was a much different songwriting exercise than I normally do.
If I threw an image at you,
Yeah.
like, okay, so prompts. So, you know, I wrote a lot of poems based off prompts too. Like somebody could throw a picture right in front of my face, write a poem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but just like you, if you told me to write a certain topic, hard time with it. Give me a prompt, give me a word, and I'm going. You know?
Yeah, I think there's something about, like, when you present it that way, you can almost like dissociate from yourself a little bit.
Right.
Versus like if I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a song about that.
Oh yeah.
Now it's too much of me.
Oh yeah.
Commenting on it.
Oh yeah. I love the freedom of that though, because you can remove yourself. You can actually, like, you know, when you're writing about something other than yourself, then you can be anything you want.
Sure.
You can be, you know, the opinion is of whatever's going on in your hand right there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I love to write that way too. And I feel less, not self-conscious, less vulnerable, I guess, when I'm like, you know, I don't know. Anyways, Granite State of Mind. Well, I could talk poetry all day. I love poetry myself. All right, let's do this next song. Tell everybody out there, Trent, because you're great. I could probably spend an hour with you, but we got Temple Mountain out there in the car, and he's coming in. He's always got stuff going on. Tell everybody where you're going to be playing.
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing at your spot, Pembroke City Limits.
Yep.
That's right, November 8th.
And that's where we met.
That's where we met. That's a Friday. And then Slim Volume is sort of taking a little break. We're hitting the recording studio this weekend, as a matter of fact. So yeah, PCL is sort of the next thing on the radar. But yeah, that's going to be a great show. I think that's 2 weeks from tonight.
Wait, is it a Thursday, Friday?
It's a Friday.
Awesome.
I think it's 2 weeks from tonight. So anyone out there, definitely come support me, support Rob.
Support the Sleazy Vegan up there. We got a good thing going, man, up there. If anybody has not gotten up to Suncook, Pembroke area, well, baby, it's getting hot. It's getting hot there.
Definitely. I'm stoked to be in there, sort of on the ground floor.
Oh, yeah.
And I will tell you, you know, props to you is like, I immediately recognized it as like a listening type of room.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's just so badly needed.
Well, you know what? You know, Trent, and you could say something's a listening room, right? But it's up to the audience.
For
I
sure.
mean, I could lay it all out, but I'm not going to go up to people and say, shut up. As much as I want to, as much as I would want to. So you can lay it out, but no, it's the audience, man. People want that. They want to come. I've never turned the volumes up on the TV. I don't even ever have I turned the volumes up on the TVs in there.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's like a trickle down, because when I played your open mic, I mean, you were sitting in the corner engaged with what was going on with all the performers.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So, you know, I think that translates in a sort of subtle way down to
Awesome, man.
clientele and everything else.
Well, everybody, check out Trent when he comes up to Pembroke City Limits on November 8th, we're talking about. That's at 7 o'clock on a Friday night show. If you haven't heard Slim Volume, I'm going to familiarize myself with them. Spotify?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'll be playing that tonight as I head home and check those guys out. And then I'm telling you, this kid right here, he's not only a really, really nice kid, he's a total pro. He's not even a kid. He's 33, for God's sakes. Just looks like one. But he's great, as you can hear. Total pro. So that's what you're looking for. You should go check his solo stuff. And, you know, let's hear his last song. And thank you. And you're always welcome back.
Cool.
Anytime, you know, if you Slim gets back together, we'll get you guys up there and get you guys down here.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not going anywhere.
All right, bro.
Yep.
Okay. Trent Larrabee here. Granite State of Mind.
It's called Beers in the Rain. It's okay to love. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to get what you deserve. Drinking beers in the rain. Am I to blame? It's okay to speak. It's alright to feel. It might take repeating to reveal. Maybe there's magic being so lovesick. I tend to wonder how I'm doing in this life, and where to look for the signs. I get superstitious when I change my mind. It's okay to go. It's alright to stay. I've made comebacks and I've made getaways. I felt the magic. You got me lovesick. It's okay to love. It's okay to hurt. But if I left you hanging, I'm a jerk. Drinking beers in the rain. Am I to blame? I tend to wonder how I'm doing in this life, and where to look for the signs. If everything that led to you is part of me, then I'm not sorry. I'm happy.
Is right there, man. What a treat this week with first-time guest on Granite State of Mind, Mr. Trent Larrabee, man. Won't be the last time he's on here, and we'll be seeing him again. Pembroke City Limits, November 8th, brother. You're really an enjoyable guy, guitar or not. You're a good dude. I can tell that right or not. And, yeah, let's, start this relationship. We'll just
Love it.
make music, brother.
Absolutely.